Welcome back, guys. So as you can tell, I've got some IBC totes on my trailer. Picked those up yesterday. That is because I'm gonna be making some firewood totes out of two of them. One of them's gonna be something else, but it's kind of all part of a project, of a bigger project that is kind of reorganizing some things and all that. And then one part of that is changing how I store my firewood. So anyways, I got to pull these off, probably be quicker. Well, it's probably gonna be quicker to do this, what I've got, rather than getting the tractor out. Just transfer them over to here, take them down to where I need them real quick. Got these totes. I'm gonna build these, I'm gonna cut these up. I'm not gonna do a how-to on that because actually, one of the very first videos I ever did on YouTube, I shot it on my cell phone, and I was only making videos for like a month or two, but I made a firewood tote, and I'm gonna make this the exact same way. But the thing is, that ended up being one of my most popular videos. If you go to my channel and sort by popularity, I think that's either number 1 or 2. So anyways, if you want to see that, go out there and check that out. But I tell y'all what, these totes, I don't know about where y'all live, but what I do is, if I know I need some, I kind of keep an eye on them on Facebook Marketplace, because I mean, there's people selling for anywhere from 40 bucks to 140 bucks. The $40 ones are all, you know, full of, well, the ones I know of have black dye in them, and the dye's all run down to metal and different things. These were 60, practically brand new. And the guy where he gets them from, he said they had cooking oil in them. And they have a way to clean them out, I guess, where he works. So they're like, they've been washed out. So it just makes it nice, because if you buy, I mean, some of these things, you buy them and these companies get rid of them. The last few gallons doesn't drain out, it seems like. And if it's something toxic, you're taking that home with you. So as you guys watch me cut out the steel cage for the IBC tote here, I wanted to mention that I actually prefer the size cut out 1 bar more to the left and right from what I'm doing. It's easier to get in and out of, but the thing is, the way I do the tops, it makes the plastic roof less rigid. So, and then, you know, I'm not getting in and out of these every day, heating my home with wood. So this works totally fine for me. And it's easy to get in and out of, honestly. I figured I'd come in here and show y'all something I do on these tops, which I basically take these totes, make a roof over the metal cage, which works great. But what I found out, if you want to take the time to do it, you don't need to do this. But I'll go up here and show you in a minute. So I have 2 totes I want to make, right? So I could take this bladder, cut it in half, top and bottom. And, you know, and then have this be the top of one tote and this be the top of another tote. But what I found is the top piece with the fill lid, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's some ribbing here and different things. It's stronger than the bottom. This is the bottom. So the bottom just is more easy to push in. So you don't, like I say, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to end up taking the little bit longer route and cutting both of these totes just so I can have 2 of the stronger top pieces. So right here, guys, as I'm cutting these plastic bladders in half, I usually use a reciprocating saw. but it's a little uncontrollable, or it can be. So I had the idea to try my oscillating tool with one of those half moon shaped bits for it, and it actually worked really well, and it really didn't take that much longer, and you really are able to control it a lot better. Alright guys, so as you can tell, I got the tops all mounted. By the way, my gosh, it's getting windy out here today. I mean, it's almost getting too windy to even really be outside. I mean, it's unreal. Hey, note to self, last thing I gotta do is cut this out right here. But, so, if I already knew the measurements I wanted to use here, I needed to cut this out first, because to put the self-tapping screws in from the inside, I literally crawled in here, in this little hole here, and I had the camera, the way I had to do it, the camera was outside of, you know, back here looking in, and I was gonna film me trying to get out of this. And long story short, there was a malfunction with the camera, because I was in here and I couldn't mess with the camera. But anyways, y'all would have cracked up. But this is where I think the oscillating tool will be nice. It was nice to cut these in half. I think I'd do that again. Way more controllable, but it'll definitely be nice to cut this out. So, yeah, the oscillating tool was 100% the right tool to use for this. When I've done the reciprocating saw before, you're just, for one thing, it's not quite as accurate using the reciprocating saw. And then it's kind of doing this number with the plastic, with the blade going in and out. But this don't do that at all. I did have to stop, and somebody came, somebody got hay 2 or 3 days ago. A new local person, and then they had a pickup truck so they could haul 2 in the bed, 2 round bales, and then they liked it so much they want to keep buying some more. So they came today and got 2 more bales. This is it, guys. We're done. Short of painting this, which I might do, I might not do, we're done. So I'm gonna go start the next part of the project. So got the IBC tote up here. Let me show y'all what I'm even trying to do, because I haven't explained any of that yet. So, historically, I've kept my firewood right in these areas here. This side was the original side along the carport. And what I did was I took pallets originally, made a base, put my firewood up here. I'm on probably, we've lived here 11 years, and I'm on several different versions of these pallets, which I'll get to in a minute because they rot up. So when I decided I needed more wood on this side, I bought 3 of these. You see them everywhere, but the firewood racks. Okay, and it goes down here. For one thing, it doesn't fit perfectly along the side of my carport. The IBC totes are so much easier. If you have a tractor, it's no reason not to use them. And the issue is, there's quite a few issues with something like this. So one, the pallets on the bottom rot up. I mean, right here, look at this. This was all pallets at one point, look at that. And they rot up. And okay, well now you've got nails in there, all right? So I'm gonna have to figure all that out today. So that's an ongoing issue. You don't have that issue with the IBC totes. The tarp issue, to have a top on it, is nowhere near as nice as that. The tarps get all, you know, ate up with the sun. You got to put rocks up there. I will say the tarps don't move around as much as you would think. Once you get the placement of the bricks and stuff right, you're pretty good to go. But look how tore up the tarps are. Every time you want to get wood off of here, you gotta take all them bricks off, pull the tarp off, try to keep it folded right, pull your wood off, and then put your tarp back on. So that's another reason why I'm doing it. The other thing is, this is like a 20-foot long building. IBC totes are 4 foot long, so it should divide evenly with the length of my building, roughly. Better than that. Look at that. And the other thing is, when you actually go to use the wood, we would have to, let me back up. So we only use firewood. We don't use firewood for our actual house. We only use it for camp firewood. If we used it for our house or whatever, we might have a totally different system. But for camp firewood, this is what we do. And when we're camping, we would have to throw this wood, take the tarp off, throw this wood onto a trailer, and take it all the way down to the other side of the property and use it. With it being an IBC tote, I can just come in here, I'll have the IBC totes right here, pick it up and take the whole IBC tote down to our campground area and use it that way. The other thing is, and this is just kind of subjective to what I've seen, but the IBC totes, the wood I showed you earlier, I'm not going to go down there now, seem to keep it in better condition. I mean, look at this wood. It's got the fungus and all on it, and the wood in the IBC tote didn't. So, and it's about the same age. So, and there's all kind of, you could say it's up against the carport, whatever, but it does seem to keep it better. So anyways, what I need to do right now is transfer this wood. I'm not gonna, on the other side, I'm gonna wait till I use that wood and then probably do away with that, because, so I had a singular row here all the way down and a singular row of wood all the way there, all the way down. On an IBC tote, you can get 2 rows. So I'm actually not gonna lose any capacity of wood by going to the IBC totes. So what I'm probably gonna do, once I use that wood down there, I'm gonna not have wood on that side of the carport, and then I'll just have IBC totes right here, and it'll be the same amount of wood. So what I need to do, I need to transfer this wood over to this tote right now. Then I need to come in here, pull these T-posts out, get the pallets out, clean all the leaves and up, all that, check for nails and everything, then come in and set my IBC totes in. So I got this bunk here cleared, which filled this IBC tote up, I don't know, what, maybe 2/3, something like that. So
start here. Being I'm not selling these and I'm using them for myself, I fill all that in the middle and everything because I want to get as much as I can in there. So next thing on the agenda is pull these T-posts out and kind of get the leaves out of here and see what I got going on with these pallets. And guys, look at this. I mean, these pallets right here on this bunk aren't that old. And what I did was I cut a pallet in half. But I mean, look at this. Let's see. I mean, who knows if this horizontal piece here was there, and if it was, it's totally rotted off. Look at that. Anyways, that's why I'm trying to get out of this. Look at that. There's a board right there. This whole thing in the ground here. But yeah, these pallets here and all that, you don't have to deal with any of that. So let me go get the tractor and see what we got. We only have about an hour or so left of daylight. So I got this all blown off. Man, look at this. I mean, there were pallets here, you know, at one time. Now, like I said, granted, these were newer. I remember making these pallets here, you know, cutting them in half and putting them there. But look at that. I mean, totally just disintegrated. Nothing there. You can see a little bit of wood right there. And then not much over here. So I tell y'all, pallets are great for certain things, but this is gonna be so much better having them on IBC totes. Let me get these 2, 4, 6, 8 T-posts out, get this trash cleaned up, and hopefully I can get the totes moved up here before dark. I still haven't got one of them T-post pullers that I was talking about in them other videos. But man, look at that. All right, well, these might be harder to pull out than what I think. All right, well, let me try something else. I had to call for the backups here. I needed some weight on the back. That's that 1,200 pound weight I made. I got a video on that. It's getting dark, so unfortunately, thought I'd finish this today, but I'm not. Did not think these would be that hard to get out, so let's see if that weight helps. Let's see if it keeps the back end of the tractor down. My microphone died, so this is probably going to be a little bit windy. Well, no joke, that's what it took. It took that 1,200 pounds on the back of the tractor to pull that thing out. So I'm gonna continue doing these and probably finish this up tomorrow after work. It's amazing what that weight will do. I mean, it basically went from me not getting the T-post out to basically plucking them right up. There you go, guys. I mean, it literally went from, with the no weight on the back, all it was doing was picking the back end up. Loader has plenty of power. It's nothing to do with the power. But it went from that to being able to get them out of there. So, I guess put a check box in on the number 502 reason to build a a ballast on the back. So it's now the next day. It's after work, the Monday, and like I say, it's I hate the time change and getting dark early and all that, and can't hardly get nothing done. Sun's almost going down, but I do want to get this project finished. So what I did off camera real quick was I kind of raked this a little, leveled off, and then I ran my magnet over it. This magnet here. And this is why I don't like using pallets, guys, for really anything. I mean, it's going to be sitting outside for any length of time. Look at all the nails I got off this. And, you know, that's just the ones I got. I mean, who knows, what all is in there. So, anyways, like I say, I store a lot of my equipment on pallets. But what you really need to do, and I'll show you, and this is what I wanted to do in this video, you really need to store everything on 2 pallets. So like all that equipment over there needs new pallets, and then it's going to come over here. And what I'm going to do is I have enough pallets to store everything on 2 pallets. So the hope is the first pallet right here doesn't really rot up, or it takes a whole lot longer, and this one will rot up. So when you notice this one's starting to rot, you can just pick this one up right here with this pallet and plop a new pallet underneath. That's my idea that I'm gonna try anyways, but last thing I gotta do, guys, is move these totes up here and see how everything fits up here. All right, guys, so right here is another reason that this weight on the back that I made is really nice. This is that big 330 gallon IBC tote, which is taller than the other ones. And then, you know, the wood goes way above the cage due to the top. So it's super nice for getting a lot of wood in there. I think I have a video on it. I think this arrangement right here holds 0.40 cords. But it is heavy. I don't know about now because it's done dried out, but I mean, you basically have to have weight on the back to lift this thing. Oh yeah. So if you don't have weight on the back, it is sketchy, and I wouldn't recommend it. I'm actually in 2-wheel drive right now with all that weight on the back. I just got them moved up here, and I gotta tell you, it looks good and I'm liking it better, a lot better. So first off, look how it fits like a glove here. It's like I planned it that way or something. So you're on the edge there. I mean, you can't get those things, you know, totally touching down here. Sometimes, you know, if they're touching there, they're not at the top and whatever. But I mean, you're gonna have about 2 inches or so there. But you come over here and I mean, you just got, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches there. So that's awesome. So anyways, it's going to end up being a good bit more wood. Even when I do away with the other side, on the other side of the carport with those racks, this is going to be a good bit more wood than what this side and that side was combined, because I mean, them other ones, I mean, they were only coming up to like here or so, all the way across. So you're gaining all that wood there. And like I say, this is two rows of wood in these things. So that part of it's equivalent. Technically it's more because I fill up the middle. So anyways, what I did here was, since this is the side you approach first, this is the oldest wood right here, and then oldest to newest down here. What I'm gonna do when a pallet runs out, that'll just kind of be my signal to make more. With these two here not being full, that's totally empty, and you know, that's got some more there. I kind of planned that too, because I got some more wood down here I need to split, and then that'll probably equal that out exactly. Here's that pallet of wood I have down here. It's a pallet on the bottom of big rounds, and another pallet on top of that with some big rounds. Then I guess something else fell or something at one point, and I stacked that on top of all this. So anyways, I got that to put over there and in those totes up there. Okay guys, well, I did get it done before dark. By the way, the camera makes it look lighter than it actually is. What I was really wanting to do for this video was to do all of this, plus repalletize my equipment, my 3-point hitch equipment down there, and move it up here. As you can see, I didn't get that done, so this ended up taking a little bit longer than I thought, but I do think it turned out really nice. And you know, with raking the leaves out, just doing it all the right way, it really turned out good. And I think this is gonna be really nice for us when we have a campfire or whatever. If I want to, I can just pick up a whole tote and drive it down there to where the, you know, all the way down to where the fire pit is. So anyways, guys, that's gonna be it on this. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I wanna say thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again next time.